I read a quote that I love very much from Steve Jobs, and I wanted to share with you, where he says that we can communicate and build relationships as much as we want over iChats, emails, Zooms, you name it. But real deals, real contracts, real partnerships are done and sealed face to face. What do you think, Nadeem?
I have to agree. I don't think I have closed any partnership deal without having an in-person meeting. Now, I understand the world is different now, but I don't think you can replace the human interaction and the eye-to-eye contact and handshake with email or iChat. So these will complement and support during the difficult times, but I think at the end, the in-person, the relationship is what matters, especially if this is the first time that you do business together. You will not go into a business partnership with somebody you don't know and never met, unless that somebody is really famous and you know them very well, not in person, but you know their name. But even then, it will still be risky.
And tell us more about your company.
So I'm the founder and CEO of Fund Ourselves. Fund Ourselves is a short-term consumer credit lender in the UK. So basically what it does, it issues thousands and thousands of microcredit to people who need it. Being microcredit, it's as you can expect, it's small ticket loans, but a lot of them. So a huge amount of diversification, and the return can average between 10 to 15%. The great thing about it is that it works as a marketplace. So anybody can open an account, and anybody can register, and anybody can start lending to other people, and anybody can also open an account to start borrowing. So it's more or less from the people to the people.
And you said to the people, from the people to the people, but what difference does Fund Ourselves make or do or help family offices and private investors?
So we have very strong relationships and partnerships with hedge funds and family offices and so on, because of the first of all, it's very predictable return that you expect from consumer credit. And in addition to the predictable return, we have a huge amount of diversification. So family offices and investment funds in general, they see it as a very good opportunity or investment product or asset class to add to their portfolio. And that asset class, even though it can be one investment, but that one investment will have thousands and thousands of underlying investments. So it's a huge diversification and a hugely diversified product.
What advice would you give them in terms of investment or investing?
So there will be winners and there will be losers, right? There will be ups and downs. I say we should expect a roller coaster ride. So as soon as the pandemic hit the Western world, you've seen share prices and markets drop to record lows, right? But straight after, government announced their support, and as soon as they did, the markets bounced back 30, 40%, and in some cases maybe even 200%. Now, that bounce back is not based on actual performance or improvement in performance for these companies. So if before the pandemic we had inflated or a bubble going on, then that bubble is even bigger now. So we would expect that there will be a correction, maybe at some point. Investors, it's not a bad thing. It can be a good thing if you're ready and you know what you're doing, and if you're waiting for the right opportunity, because opportunities will come. But people have to be ready for it, and ready with liquidity, ready with diversification again. If you put all your investments in the U.S. market in oil and gas, then you have a problem, right? So diversification, and not just in certain asset class, but it should be in across asset classes, across sectors, and across, well, geographically. So you cannot put everything in the US or everything in the Middle East or everything in Asia. You need to put some in Europe, some in Asia, some in the Middle East, some in the US, and diversify as much as possible.
And any forecast tips you'd like to share with our audience for the next 12 months?
Again, the roller coaster will be interesting. So just be prepared. Be prepared and have liquidity ready for the opportunities when they come. Try to invest, I would say, in predictable returns because there will be quite a lot of gambles out there in this time, and especially with the roller coaster that I'm mentioning, the ups and downs and so on. So try to allocate funds or investments in opportunities that have predictable return, high liquidity, that you will need very soon with the fluctuating markets.
And if you were to describe to our audience your company in a maximum of 8 words.
So a summary of the company.
8 words.
Short-term microcredit investments, hugely diversified,